Hello, everyone. You're listening to JCSU Talks, broadcasting live from the Communication Arts Podcast Lab. Every week, we bring you exclusive interviews and content from students, faculty, and staff. Tune in every week on Apple Podcasts and YouTube to find out the great things happening within our campus community. Stay tuned for today's episode. All right, Mr. Tate, thank you so much for joining us here on JCSU Talks. I'm so glad we could sit down today and, discuss about what it is that you do now, what you did while you were here as a student, and just seeing where you're going to go. All right, so my first question is, what inspired you to be the Student Leadership and Engagement Coordinator here at your alma mater?
Well, looking back in my past, I was heavily involved on campus, so I was served as a member of the Golden Bulls Activities Committee. I was a part of Royal Court. I was Mr. Sophomore when I was here, and also becoming a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So that all ties into student affairs. So I guess that's what sparked my interest, and here I am now.
Right, awesome. Yeah, so a little bit about that. How do you incorporate your undergraduate experience here at JCSU to curate the best student engagement?
So the student engagement aspect now is different from when I was in school, but I'm trying to bring that little feel back slowly but surely, and then with COVID still impacting us to this day, yeah, it's kind of hard, but we're still making adjustments and we're still trying to push it and do the best that we can.
Okay, so in regards to that, what skills did you learn in undergrad that you think helped shape your leadership now?
My personality.
Okay.
Yeah, like I guess my personality just brings everyone in, and we'll have a good time that way. But yeah, my personality is one of my biggest kind of strengths right now.
Yeah, I think that's what draws us to you more. So, what are some of the challenges you faced in your role here at the institution?
So the first one was I started in November 2019, and COVID just started like around March, where this university shifted to online and virtual learning. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of challenging for me because I had to think like, what does virtually how to engage students on a virtual level. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so with that I just did some research by watching YouTube videos, following other university pages, just to see how they were keeping their students engaged on a virtual level, and we just moved from there.
Okay, so ultimately, what type of impact do you plan to have on JCSU students?
Just to make sure that they got the college experience that they deserve, and especially with us living in COVID still, like how can I still make these students have the experience that they want and to get the experience that they deserve while they're here at JCSU.
Okay, so before we move into the lightning round, this last question is asking you, where do you see the SLE department in the next 5 years?
That's a great question. I definitely see the SLE department remaining innovative with events and stuff, but hopefully there's more like involvement in student leadership and engagement with just students in general, because it's kind of hard getting the students to come out to certain events. That's not more of a party aspect, but yeah, that would be like the biggest challenge. But other than that, I definitely see student engagement, student leadership and engagement department evolving a lot, especially if they continue to develop the student leaders that they're recruiting. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely see the student leadership and engagement department being the best department here at Johnson Smith.
Absolutely. I think that's where it's headed right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the lightning round consists of talking about some of your outside projects, some of the things that you do out here in the community. So my first question is, what projects do you work on outside of your role as the SLE coordinator at JCSU?
Yes, so I have my own youth step team, and it's called Blackout Stump Squad, BOSS for short. And I started that in September 2018, and I always had a passion for stepping. So yeah, I just teach steppers from the ages from 6th grade through 12th grade. So if you're in that range, then female or male, I do a co-ed team, and yeah, I like to travel, compete. We step for the community, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. So Professor Guffey was your professor when you were here at Smith, and he wanted me to especially ask you about working at Topgolf. Like, did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time?
Yes, so Topgolf was my first like full-time job because my senior year, I got my own apartment and I was working at Topgolf full-time while being a full-time student. So yeah, and I saw Guffey one time there, and I was just like, is that Guffey? And then he came and talked to me, and yeah, that was, Topgolf was definitely a great experience. I love everything about the job. Like, if I could go back, I could. But yes, for those who haven't went to Topgolf, please make sure you guys go. It's a great experience. But yeah, I had to leave, unfortunately, because I wanted to, dedicate my time here at Smith and try to evolve more in this position. But no hard feelings about the job or nothing. But yeah, I just had to make that decision upon myself.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I want to thank you for sitting down on JCSU Talks. It was so nice talking to you and learning a little bit more about how you feel as the SLE coordinator and what it is that you do outside of the institution. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
All right. You have just listened to another episode of JCSU Talks. Don't forget to subscribe to our Apple Podcast and YouTube channel. Until our next episode, JCSU.